And we are back on the Rodriguez Show, this Rodriguez Show from home. And we have our final guest, producer. He's a dope guy with the new album, genre-bending album, Rather Vexxed, Mellow Thing. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Going good. Just hanging out.
Hey, we talked about before we started recording your studio. Yeah. You're in the studio right now with your lights. Yeah. It looks all tight in there.
I know, yeah. I got the Star Wars vibes. You know? Hey. We got the disco ball right here, too.
Hey. It's like perfect place right there.
The Death Star.
So, right up top, at Mellow Thing _ is Instagram, and you look for Rather Vexxed with, is it, I'm looking at it, 3 X's, right? Rather Vexxed?
Yeah, 3 X's. Yeah.
Rather Vexxed, and you can look for that on all streaming. How have you been in the quarantine, man?
I mean, I'm pretty good, man. I stayed working. I was on furlough off and on, but stayed working, and now we're full time. But yeah, man, just making the best of it, and just trying to accommodate whoever, my family and whoever else going through it. You know. Yeah. Even here at the studio, some people trip out, so I'm always wiping shit down. I got the baby wipe somewhere right here, the disinfectant wipes. And,
It's good. You're keeping everything clean and keeping everything safe.
Yeah, the mics, everything. Just like make sure, like, 'cause, you never know, and you don't want to have that doubt in your mind. At least right now, we don't know if it's real or fake, whatever. Just take the precaution.
Can't take the chance. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I got old people I visit every day, so
Oh yeah, it's better to be safe. Yeah. So I'm glad you're doing all right. It's good to see you, and good to see that you've completed another project, Rather Vexxed. You produced the entire album, right? Obviously.
Yeah, basically, and have some friends, filling some loose ends here and there.
Yeah, and is you doing the instrumentation too? There's live instrumentation on the album.
Yeah, all of it's live instrumentation. I mean, for the most part, like the drums and bass. I mean, I don't have a vibraphone, so I mean, of course, use the computer and stuff or whatever. You make do, but I am playing on it. It's not samples, nothing.
Yeah. That's tight, dude. Yeah, like the drums. The drums, I think. Well, obviously, because you produced the album, it creates just the vibe, like a live vibe, where it's like two.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Like the drums. I'm a drummer, so like that's like. It's crazy. It's the last thing I always record, because since being a drummer, I need like the music to guide me, or whatever.
That's tight. That's one of the many things that stand out on the album. The production is just so lush. It's like, damn, dude. It's like I don't know how to. You know how I'm saying? Like it just feels so good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude. I trust it. I tripped out on it too. It was like discovering gold or something. Like, oh shit, there's more.
Yeah. And the vibe for me, the vibe that I was getting was like late night, like driving, like psychedelic sound. What were the thoughts that were going in your head when you were making this?
Oh man, I started making this like probably last November. I think last time I was on the show with you guys with Ken, and I was talking about putting that in March. But I mean that was in February. I was last time there with you guys, but but pretty much I was just going through it, like I had my dad just passed away and stuff. So like I was just going through it and having to go through it and like a lot of like the songs in there are like kind of have like this like eerie, ominous feel to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it was just a reflection of whatever I was feeling at the time, and I just try to make them groovy on top of that. I didn't want to bring people too down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it does have that balance of like, it's like melancholy, dark vibes, but still funky at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Like I try to keep it curious. That's for like to
That's tight.
That's the kind. Try kind of leave it open ended.
Yeah. You said your dad passed away?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, man. Is that the cover of the album?
Yeah, that's my dad on the cover, man. So
that's tight.
I just like the cover. I just picked it like. I was trying to like find something that like reflected the name of the album, Rather Vexxed, and it's like, and I was like trying to make something up, and when he passed away, we were going through all these old photos of him for like the memorial and all that stuff, and so I found that picture, and I just like, man, this guy's faded, like he's tripping out on the fire right here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, he just looks like vexed,
rather vexed.
Out, what I mean? Yeah, and then just everything around it, just like I don't know, like he would take hunting trips like direct from work. Friday, he'll go straight to Las Vegas. So like even like he's wearing his work clothes, you know, and he's hunting. That's like at the campsite and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. So I picked that as a, you know, pay homage to him, you know, in some way, you know.
It's a cool tribute. Is that?
Yeah.
And so to talk about that, some of the skits on the some of the stories, is the first one your dad talking or?
That's one of my cousins. He's talking. He's reading like the eulogy that we had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because like it's I have this thing where like when I'm with my family and stuff, like, you know, like sometimes you see family that you haven't seen in a while, probably will never see again and stuff like that. Like, so I always record conversations, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, man, that guy's old. I'll probably never talk to that fool again and see what he has to say about whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So I always do that. So like the day we buried him, that was when my cousin was just reading the eulogy, and I had been recording like the whole thing, so that just popped up, you know. So but I wanted to do something like that in the beginning, like dedicate the album to him, but kind of like like how Dr. Dre did, like this for my that's been down since day one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like how he did it or something like that.
But you put your twist on it,
yeah. So I did it that way, so it's not like too personal, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a more general like scheme of things for the Mexican plight, you know?
Yeah, and I think that was tight, dude. That was it is a cool way, because now that you've explained it to me, I want to re-listen to the album again, because it's just such a it like you said, it's impersonal. So then everybody can create their own experience from it right from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Like I try to keep it accessible. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to like. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because, you know, people are dark, bro. You know what I mean?
True.
You know what I mean? You know, it's like, so it's like, you know, just trying to keep it fresh, you know, just keep it still, keep it going, you know?
Yeah. So that one, so the first skit was really cool. And then one of the ones that stood out to me too was the Getting Closer story. The one about the going to get the pizza, was it the going to the chicken, but then it wasn't open?
Yeah.
That was a real story?
Yeah, it's a real story, man. Like, I have like, so I'm the youngest of 10.
Yeah.
So like, so I have like 5 older sisters and 4 older brothers. And so that's one of my sisters, and she's like really into like the supernatural and stuff. I mean, because we live where my family's house is at. It's like right across the street from a major cemetery. You know, so we've always like, it's not like ghosts or anything, but it's always like weird shit that happened. Like, but my sister is like super about that stuff because she lives in Arizona and all that. So she'd be seeing lights, and that was just one of the experiences that happened to her in East LA, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Whoa.
Done enough. Yeah.
Well, check out the song Getting Closer. I featured it as my song of the week earlier on the show. So it's a great song.
Thank you. Thank you.
So there's a lot of artists on here, a lot of artists that we know, like Specs and Carlton Fresh. And so what was the process of like, who am I going to put on this track? Or how does that work for you?
Dude, like, so I would make these tracks. I would make the beats and stuff, and like, usually I would make. It's weird, like when I made these songs, like for the most part, outside of when I made it, I don't remember what I played.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was like teaching myself while I did it, and then I just did it. So like I have to reteach myself. So a lot of it was in the moment. So I would just get stuck in, like, make that beat for like 3-4 hours or something. Yeah. Like get like, you know, the basic form of it, and then afterwards, like, I'll be like, damn, I want to ask this person or that person to get on it, but I'm kind of shy, or like I'm kind of scared, or I'm doubtful, or whatever. Yeah. So I started showing these songs to my girlfriend. I've been with her for a long time, and I started showing the beats, and she's familiar with all the artists too. Yeah. Worked with them in the past, or we seen them live, or we just fuck with their music or whatever. Yeah. And so, like, I would just shoot them to my girl, and I'd be like, hey, who do you think would be dope on this one? Yeah. And she'll be like, oh, Daniel Levin. Like, yeah, like tell him to do this, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, my girl's been with me for a while, and she's been at the studio with me, so she's low-key a little executive producer, you know? Hey. Like she be knowing.
Shout out. What's her name?
Her name's Liz.
Hey, shout out Liz. Hey, great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so, we met. Yeah, we met.
Yeah. So, like, she helped me out a lot in that, and then a lot of Eddie helped me out too. Like, Eddie's like one of my big partners in music, and so Eddie Rotten, he helped me out. Like, you know, I would shoot him song. I would say, what do you think? And he would be like, oh man, it'd be cool if this guy did that or this, or have you thought about hitting this guy up, or you know? Yeah. So I mean, it was like a group effort, you know, to you know, me, my girl, and the people were around me when I was creating it, you know.
That's dope. Yeah, and then that's for those that are wondering like what kind of album is this, I think I wouldn't want you to even have to put it in a genre, but it is kind of a mix of everything. So it's like it's not just like straight bars like a traditional hip hop album. It's also not just psychedelic the whole time. Like there's so many twists and turns, dude. It's tight.
Definitely. That's I try to keep it interesting. Like that's like when I was making them, I was like, man, I want all of them to sound like singles if they were to be part of an album or something, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what you would want from like albums where it's a collaborative effort, like not, and this is not to say that you are DJ Khaled because that's a different group, but like DJ Khaled, you would expect, okay, because it's one song that these artists all come together, you would expect all of them to be singles. And unfortunately for albums, in those cases, it doesn't always work out. For this one, I guarantee you that it works out in all of it. So it's tight.
Yeah, man. Thank you. And that's one thing I was like psyched about, because even before, like I would tell my girl, like, should we release one as a single? Like, what do you think's the single? And it was super hard, you know? It was like, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, but you know, and then, you know, then it started getting political, like, but this guy has, you know, and whatnot, you know how it gets, you know? And so I was like, I don't want to play that, you know, like that's not cool for anyone, you know? Like, that's like, I wanted the art to speak for itself. So I'm like, okay, like, let's just drop the whole thing, like at once, you know? Like, so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I just want a special shout out to the Las Dos, the track that's in Spanish as well. That's another great track.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I love that track, man.
So
yeah, like
I was gonna ask. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Talk about Las Dos. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like a lot of the songs just came together like that. Even like that track, like my homie Rudy and his cousin came down and, you know, smoking, drinking. Let's make a track, and we just whipped that up like in like an hour or two. And
damn.
You know, he polished it up. So a lot of the tracks happen like that, or like some of them I had, you know, sent them out and we talked about like the vibe. But yeah,
that's cool. Man. One of the questions I was going to ask was, what is the hardest? Was there a hard one to finish?
Damn, I think probably. Let me think. The hardest one to finish was probably the last track. Like it has Carlton and my friends from Melodic Tribe and Daniel's on it. Yeah, I think that one was just like the hardest in the sense of the arrangement, because there was so much that they did on it, and I just wanted to feature them all. It was like, how do I make sense of this mess? You know, or like, you know, like,
wow.
So, I mean,
it sounds so cohesive. It didn't sound like there's like a lot of people that are like. It sounds layered like the rest of the album does, but it doesn't sound cramped. And it was at the goal. Don't put too much.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a trip too, because like I didn't tell them, anyone who's on it, I didn't tell them like, hey, talk about this or rap this way or sing this way or don't mention. I didn't tell them to do anything. I was just like, hey, bro, you want to get on this for my album? Let me know. You know, like, you know, in some cases, you know, and I just tripped out when they gave it back to me. Sometimes be like, damn, this is exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
so the chemistry was there.
Yeah. Like, it's just crazy. Like, yeah, like, it's like, they got a sense of it, like, right away, you know, like, everyone's, like, super intuitive on it, you know? So, and I don't know if that's maybe in part that the song spoke to them, however, but, I mean, and that's all I could ask for at the same time, you know?
Yeah, it's true. It just, everybody just, you happen to send the right beats to the right people and it just all worked out.
yeah, exactly, man. That was cool. Like, and after that was just getting the track listing right, getting it to tell a story in some way, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I just studied a lot of albums that do that. I feel like a lot of albums are doing that. Like the Freddie Gibbs stuff is doing that. Yeah. The Griselda stuff's doing that. Of course, Kendrick stuff always did that.
Yeah. It's you like, I mean? Like, even though you have so many people like doing this and that, it's like it feels cohesive because of how you tied it and how you produced it together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I tried to make it sound like a band, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like a band, like if a band was playing. So that's why like I kept like a lot of the instruments the same, you know, like, well, fuck it, let's just put an electric keyboard on all the songs. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if we had an electric keyboard player, he'd be on all the songs, right? Yeah. So,
that's tight. So Rather Vexxed is the album. Mellow Thing, you can look for it on all streaming. Is there anything else about it you want people to know? I mean, I feel like we covered it. It's just a dope all around album.
Thank you, man. I mean, I'm just happy people are vibing to it and people like it. Like, I'm glad I was able to put this out just to like, because it's a lot different from stuff I put out in the recent past, you know. And just I'm just glad people like it. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes it's hard to do that as an artist because you know you think people or you think people want you to be this certain way, and you kind of stay away from doing what you really want to do or whatever it may be. You know? And so I'm kind of glad that people responded well to it, and I'm just excited for all these other projects I have coming up too. I got one with Specs and Carlton and Caves and a lot of people, man. So like it's gonna be pretty cool. And
you got what? So yeah, that's gonna be my next question. Is what's next? Like what's the plan? Is you don't have to tell me the dates, but is a plan to release another one by the end of the year with an artist?
Yeah, I think so. I think you might see 2 by the end of the year. Like me and Specs are cooking, and Carlton's been dropping videos and stuff from the stuff we've done. He turned me into a cartoon for one of his videos.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was tight.
You know what I mean? So he's been trying to. I think what Carlton's doing, he wants to do a music video for all the songs.
Yeah.
So I mean, so that's gonna be that's coming out too. And
it's a big project.
Yeah, just for sure, a couple before the end of the year. At least I hope. You know. Yeah. You know how it is. I told you March, and here we are. You know,
here we are.
It's September. You know what I mean?
It's all good. Everything in time, though. When it's meant to come out, it will.
For sure, right? Yeah, just like with this pandemic, we just gotta wait it out. You know?
Just gotta wait it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Mellow Thing. It's always fun to talk to you.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Check out the album and just a great experience. Make sure you're ready for it. You're vibing appropriately. You don't need to be doing any drugs, but I mean it'll help too. It'll help enhance the experience.
Yeah, that'll help. It'll make it into a movie.